Hello people, welcome to WhiskyWhistle, your wise choice for independent whiskey and spirits reviews. Here on WhiskyWhistle review number 228, I think it's 228, we're going to be looking at Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye, 47% ABV. This is a little sample courtesy of Valerie Bradshaw. Miss Bradshaw, thanks very much for that. Let's get that tasted. Let's get that tasted and tested and poured into the glass right now. Now, the previous review was of Jack Daniel's Old No. 7. And what's coming next is Jack Daniel's Silver Select. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you have not subscribed to WhiskyWhistle yet, why not press that button right over, press that button right over here. Press it and push that button. That's called press. Press that button right over here and you'll be subscribed to the channel. Okay, let's get it poured. What a hefty sample she sent me. That's roughly 50 milliliters, I would say. And I think we're only going to use about half of it. Maybe a little bit more. There. Whew, is that too much? Look at the color of that whiskey, my goodness. Now, as a single barrel, you're going to get batch variances. You know, so what? Enjoy it. Enjoy the fact that it's different every time. And this one is a rye expression. Now, that's fairly new for Jack Daniel's. Being rye, we must assume that it has at least 51% rye. The other 49% would be a mix of corn and malted barley. So we'll have a look at the color and then the legs of the whiskey, followed by the nosing, the tasting, and the finish. Finally, we'll give it a WhiskyWhistle whiskey score at the end of the show. Okay, the color. What color have we got here? That is a deep, deep hue. Beyond copper. I think we are looking at something kind of like a stained oak, like a stained oak floor, you know, or a deep teak, almost teak, like teak furniture. That's what that reminds me of. My parents' house is full of teak. Not quite as red, but of the same strength of color. And, well, if you notice that I have a little bit of a weird voice, again, I'm suffering from a little bit of a cold. At the tail end of it, everything else is working well. Just a little bit of nasal something or other. Now, the nasal passages are free and clear, so don't worry about that. And I have not tried a single barrel other than this one from Jack Daniel's. So I'm a little bit behind in terms of the regular types of people like myself who review whiskeys. Oh yes, the legs. Spin it around and here we go. Well, it's much slower than Old No. 7, no doubt about that. And the legs hang onto the glass for quite a long time. Again, it's 47% ABV, so a little bit thicker already just from the ABV. Being rye, well, you know, you can't say much about that, but a little bit different. Okay, so let's check out the nose now. Now, it's got lots of rye, but I would guess that it's not much over 51%. Of course, I could be wrong, and I should have checked that out in advance. I did not. And even though it's 47%, it actually smells more like 50% whiskey. And I have a feeling that even this is slightly on the younger side. But boy, that's powerful. Now, I mentioned this is a fairly new product for Jack Daniel's. It's 70% rye, along with 18% corn, and a big 12% of malted barley. It just says barley, but I'm pretty sure that's the malted barley. And interestingly, this is their first new mash recipe since 1866. So that's a new venture for them. So let's get into the nose here. Classic rye spices, mint and herbals, grassy. And yet there's a little bit of vanilla in the background. A little bit of caramel. Fruit-wise, I'd like to say very ripe pears. Or perhaps poached pears. And I don't notice much of the wood smoke here at all. Okay, well, it's time to taste it now. Cheers, everybody. Very spicy. Again, it starts off very smooth at first. Then it builds and it builds, and that spice, that rye spice, really hits you. Cinnamon, vanilla extract, grassy herbals, some mint. Quite a nice finish, very long. It's got a very long finish. It seems like high rye always has a long finish. That's a very nice whiskey. The end of the palate is quite fruity. The finish also spicy and dry, very dry. This is a very dry style. And again, orchard fruits, some peach, maybe underripe peach, apple. Unrecognizable that these are the same company. Oh, it's so potent. You need to try that one. Try it at a bar first and make sure you like it. That's a great way to taste the whiskey. And then you can decide whether or not you want to buy. Should we add a bit of water? Let's do that. You know, I recall I did not add water to Jack Daniel's Old No. 7, but that's okay because I think it does not need any water. We'll go in with one and one more. Round and round she goes. Well, it's much more mellowed out here. The ryes are a little bit subdued. They're there, but just not quite the same extent. Cheers again. With water, you just get some of the edges rounded off. A little bit more vanilla now. Lots of cinnamon. Still a little bit of youth, very, very young content. It's wonderful. It's very, very nice. Now, what's the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score going to be for Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye 47%? Well, it's going to be 83 out of 100. That's the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye. I think that probably in the future, when they have more longer aged rye casks sitting around, I think you'll see some older expressions come out, which will be very wonderful. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe right over here. Push that button there. Click to subscribe. You will enjoy probably dozens of my other reviews, I hope. Make sure you stay tuned for what's to come, and most of all, have yourself a great day, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching Whiskey Whistle. Be sure to subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a like, and leave a comment down below. Be sure to stay tuned next time to join me, the host of the show, Mark, as I explore more whiskeys with you. Take care now, and we'll see you next time.